Dear students, in this video, I would like to explain you about arrays in C language. So now you are going to learn what is array, what is the difference between normal variable and array variable, how to declare the array variable, how to access the array variable, where we can use the arrays. So let us understand first what is array, what is the array variable. To understand what is the array variable, look at this simple program. So this program contains only three statements. First one is the declaration statement, second one is reading the data into the variable, third one is displaying the data from the variable. Here the variable a is declared as integer variable. The value 18 is read into the variable. The value is displayed. Age of the person is 18. So this program reads and displays the age of one person. Okay. To look at another program. Now this. There are four statements. First one is declaration. The variable a is declared as integer type variable. Second one is reading the data into the variable. Now the a contains the value 18. Next another reading statement. Now a value is 20. The previous value is 18. Now the new value of a is 20. Okay. The printf statement. Age of the person is displayed. Okay. Now tell me what is the output of this program. Some people say it is 18. Some people say it is 20. Some people say both 18 and 20. So what is the correct? What is correct? Is it 18? Is it 20? Is it both? So look at this. It is 20. Age of the person is 20. What is the reason? Here, int a, it is the integer type variable. The statement int a, when this statement is executed, what it tells to the compiler? It tells 4 points to the compiler. The first one is the variable a is declared. That means one location is created. The first one is one location is created. Name of the location is a. Second one is it is capable of holding only integer elements. Third one is size of the location is 2 bytes. Fourth one is it is simple variable. It's normal variable. It is capable of holding only one value at a time. It is capable of holding only one value at a time. Here in this program, first you have assigned the value 18 to the variable a. 18 is stored in the location a. Immediately again you are overwriting the location a with 20. Okay, that is previous value 18 is overwritten with the new value 20. So ultimately the value 20 is displayed. Means you have to understand that here the variable a is the simple variable. It is capable of holding only one value at a time. Okay. Okay. Suppose if you want to read and display the ages of 4 people, then you have to declare 4 integer variables. Like in this program, 4 variables are declared, 4 reading statements, 4 display statements. Total 9 statements. Output of the program. Okay. If you want to declare the ages of 100 people, then you have to declare 100 variables. 1000 people, then you have to declare 1000 variables. 1 lakh people, then you have to declare 1 lakh variables. So declaring more number of variables, reading and displaying the more number of reading statements and printf statements. That means managing the more number of variables in the program is very difficult. Okay, suppose I want to read the ages of 100 people, then I have to declare 100 variables declaration statement plus 100 reading statements plus 100 display statements. What is the length of the program? More than 200 lines. 100 reading statements plus 100 display statements 200 plus declaration statement. That means totally the length of the program is more than 200 lines. Okay, so here understand one thing, managing the more number of variables is not easy. It is very difficult. To handle this situation, what we have to do? I want to read, suppose I want to read and display the ages of 1000 people. Then constructing 1000 variables and managing 1000 variables is very difficult. So what we have to do in this situation? In this situation, why don't you construct a single variable which is capable of holding the ages of all the 1000 people? Actually you have to construct 1000 variables to read and display the ages of 1000 people. But declaration of 1000 variables, managing the 1000 variables is difficult. So we are declaring only one variable which is capable of holding 1000 values at a time. Which is capable of holding 1000 values at a time. That is called the array variable. Now tell me, what is normal variable and what is array variable? Normal variable is capable of holding only one value at a time. Array variable is capable of holding more than one value at a time. Okay, that is the definition of array variable. Okay, now how to declare the array variable? Let us see first, remember declaration of normal variable first. How can we declare the normal variable? Data type, variable name. Int A, float A, char A. So int A means A is declared as integer type variable. Float A means A is declared as floating point type variable. Char A means A is declared as character type variable. These are all normal variables. Okay. Now array variable declaration. This is the syntax of array variable declaration. Data type, variable name followed by square brackets. Within the square brackets you are mentioning the size. What is this size? What is this size? What is the definition of array variable I told? Array variable means it is capable of holding more than one value at a time. More than one value. How many values? How many values it can hold at a time? That is specified by size. Okay, so look at here. Int A of 10. Int data type name, A variable name, and within the square brackets 10, it is the size of the variable. Means size of the array variable. Size of the array variable A is 10. So totally int A of 10. Int A. Here A is the normal variable. It is integer type variable. It is capable of holding only one value at a time. But here int A of 10. Here A is not normal variable, it is array type variable. Why it is array type variable? Here A variable name, A is the variable name, it is followed by the subscript square brackets. It is followed by the square brackets. So after the variable name, these square brackets indicates that it is the array type variable. Okay, and the value within the square brackets indicates that it specifies the size of the array variable, size of the array variable or capacity of the array variable. Here it is 10, means size of the array variable or capacity of the array variable is 10. That means the array variable A, this variable A is capable of holding 10 integer elements at a time. It can holds the 10 integer elements at a time. But here int A, it is normal variable, it is capable of holding only one value at a time. But here it is not normal variable, it is array variable, it is capable of holding 10 elements at a time. What type of elements? 10 integer type elements. Here the data type is A, data type is int. So in the next line, float of 20, float of 20. Here that data type you have mentioned is float, size you have mentioned is 20. So that is here A is the floating point type array variable. The size of the array variable is 20. That means here A is the capable of holding 20 floating point type elements at a time. The next statement, carry of 15. Here A is the char type variable. The capacity of the char type variable A is 15. That means here the A is the capable of holding 15 character elements at a time. Okay. The int A, float A, char A, all these are normal variables. Capable of holding, int A means it is capable of holding only one integer element. Int A of 10, square bracket, variable name is followed by the square brackets. So these square brackets indicates that it is the array type variable. It is capable of holding more than one value. How many values? That is mentioned within the square brackets. It is mentioned as 10. So capacity of this variable is 10. It is capable of holding 10 integer elements at a time. Float of 20. It is capable of holding 20 integer elements. Carry of 15. It is capable of holding 15 integer elements. Okay. So what is the definition of array variable? What is the difference between normal variable and array variable? Normal variable is capable of holding only one value at a time. Array variable is capable of holding more than one value at a time. Okay. And array variable means it is the collection of similar elements. It is the collection of elements. Collection means it is capable of holding more than one value. More than one value. So it is the collection of elements. Collection of similar elements. Int A of 10 is capable of holding only integer type elements, that is similar. Float A of 20. A is capable of holding only floating point type elements, that indicates similar type elements. Okay. So next one. So look at what is the size of the array variable. So what is the size of the normal variable first of all, and then calculate what is the size of the array variable. So int A, float A, char A, these are normal variables. Normal declaration of normal variable. Int A of 10, float A of 10, char A of 5 is square bracket. That indicates these are not normal variables, these are array variables. Okay. So int A, what is the size of A? Size of A here, size of the data type. The size of the data type is 2 bytes. So the size of the location A is also 2 bytes. And also int A means how many locations are created? Only one location is created. What type of location? Integer type location. It is capable of holding only one integer element. So its size is 2 bytes. In the same way, float A. Float A, one variable, one location. Size of the location is 4 bytes. Char A, data size of the char data type is 1 byte. So here size of the location A is 1 byte. Okay. Now look. Now come to the array type. Int A of 10. There A is not. Here A is not the simple variable. It is the array variable. Here A is declared as array variable. Now what is the size? So before calculating the size, so A of 10, it is array variable. What is the size of the array variable? Means what is the capacity of the array variable? Here it is mentioned as 10. Within the square brackets, it is size is mentioned as 10. Means size of the array variable is 10. That is, it is capable of holding 10 integer elements. 10 integer elements. What is the size of one integer element? What is the size of int data type? 2 bytes. So size of 10 integer elements. 2 into 10, 20 bytes. 20 bytes is the size of the array variable A. Here the variable A, here the size is 2 bytes, only one location, only one element. Here the size of the variable A is 20 bytes. Here A is capable of holding 10 elements, 10 locations. Size of each location is 2 bytes. 10 locations, 10 into 2, 20 bytes. Here only one location is created. Here 10 locations are created. Size of one location is 2 bytes. Size of 10 locations is 20 bytes. Okay. Now here float A. Only one floating point location is created. Size of location is here 4 bytes. But in case of arrays, float A of 10. Float A of 10. Array floating point type array variable. How many locations? 10 floating point locations. Each size of each location is 4 bytes. Size of 10 locations is 4 into 10, 40 bytes. In the same way, char A of 5. 5 char type locations are created. Size of one location is 1 byte. 5 locations is 1 into 5, 5 bytes. Okay, that we can calculate the size of the array. So size of the array variable is the size of the data type multiplied by the size of the array. 2 into 10. 2 into 10. 2 is the size of the data type. 10 is the size of the array. 4 into 10. 4 is the size of the float. 10 is the size of the array. 1 into 5. 1 is the size of the char. 5 is the size of the array A. Here size of the array is 5. There size of the array is 10. Here in case of int A of 10, size of the array is also 10. Okay, like that we can calculate the size of the array variable. Now look at, okay, int A of 10, float A of 20, char A of 15, array type variables. Int A of 10. A is the integer type array variable. Float A of 20. A is the floating point type array variable. Char A of 15. A is the character type array variable. In case of int A of 10, here A is capable of holding 10 integer elements. 10 integer elements. Float A of 20. A is capable of holding 20 integer elements. Char A of 15 means A is capable of holding 15 character type elements. Okay. Int A of 10. Int A of 10. It is capable of holding 10 integer elements. Okay, nice. where the 10 integer elements are stored. How the 10 integer elements are stored, that you have to understand. Okay, now look at here. Int a1, a2, a3, 4 variables are declared as integer type. Actually, when this statement is executed, what happened in the memory of the computer? What it tells to the compiler? Int a1 int a1, a2, a3, 3 variables. So 3 locations are created. Int a1, a location is created. a2, second variable, location for the second variable is created. a3, location for third variable is created. Location means space in the memory of the computer. Okay, so a1, the name of the first location is a1, name of the second location is a2, name of the third location is a3. What is the size of each location? Size of the data type. Size of each location is 2 bytes. Okay, so 3 variables, 3 different locations. If we declare 4 variables, 4 locations are created. If we declare 10 variables, 10 locations are created. Okay, the memory address of all these 3 locations are different. Suppose the memory address of the location a1 is 400. The memory address of location a2 may be 500, 600, whatever it is. But it may be 402, it may be 410, it may be 500, something. Okay, a memory location of a3 also 500, 410, 420, something. 3 different locations, 3 different memory addresses. Okay, address here, memory addresses are unique. Address of this location is not same as address of this location. All the 3 memory addresses of all these 3 locations are not same. Those are unique. Okay, and also the memory addresses of these 3 locations may not be side by side. Side by side means, suppose address of this is 400. Address of the location a2 may not be 401, may not be 402. It may be 500. It may be 1000 or something else. Okay, anyway, understand that int a1, a2, a3 means 3 locations are created. Name of the first location is a1, second location is a2, third location is a3. 3 locations, 3 integer type locations. Size of each location is 2 bytes, capable of holding only integer type elements, and memory address of all the locations may not be side by side. పక్కనే లొకేషన్స్ క్రియేట్ అవ్వాలని రూల్ ఏం లేదు. ఓకే, ఎక్కడైనా మెమరీలో స్పేస్ రిజర్వ్ అవ్వచ్చు. ఓకే, now come to the array type variable. Int a of 10, int a of 10. So a of 10 variable name is followed by the square brackets. Square brackets indicates that it is the array variable, is capable of holding more than one value. So what is the size of the array variable? It is mentioned as 10. So its size is 10. It is capable of holding 10 integer elements. Okay, so when this statement is executed, one location is created. Okay, what is the size of this location? What is the size of variable a of 10? Here, what is size of this location? What is the size of variable a1? What is the size of variable a2? Size of variable a3? It is 2 bytes. But here, int a of 10, there also one location is created. This is array variable, array location. What is the size of this location? Size of this location is, it is array variable. So, size of the array variable is size of the data type multiplied by the size of the array. So, 2 into 10, 20 bytes. Size of this location is 20 bytes, not 2 bytes. Okay. 20 bytes location is reserved in the memory of the computer. So, in this location, we can store 10 integer elements. In this location, we can store 10 integer elements. This is capable of holding 10 integer elements. Okay. Where the 10 integer elements are stored, how can we access? How the 10 integer elements are stored? So, this location is divided into 10 parts. This location is divided into 10 parts internally. 10 parts internally. So, name of the first location is A0. Second location is A1. Third location is A2 and so on. Name of the last location is A9. Okay. Int a of 10 అనగా ఏం జరుగుతుంది? Int a of 10 means a location is created. A location is created. Size of this location is 20 bytes. Size of this location is 20 bytes. So, internally, this location is divided into 10 parts. Why? Because it is array variable. It is capable of holding 10 integer elements. So, it is divided into 10 parts. 10 parts. Name of the first location, first part is A0, A of 0. Second part, second location is A of 1 and so on. The last location, the last 10th part is A of 9. So, within the square brackets here, within the square brackets, this is called as index, array index. Index of the first location is 0. Index of the second location is 1. Index of the third location is 2. Index of the last location is 9. That means you have to understand that array index start from 0 and ends with 1 less than the size of the array. Okay. Int a of 10. Int a of 10. When this statement is executed, what happened in the memory of the computer? 10 integer type locations are created. First location, name of the first location is 0, A of 0. Second location is A of 1. Third location is A of 2 and so on. The last location is A of 9. Its index starts from 0, not from 1. Int a of 10 అంటే 1 to 10 లొకేషన్స్ క్రియేట్ అవుతే 1 నుంచి స్టార్ట్ కావు. ఆల్వేస్ array index starts from 0, ends with 1 less than the size of the array. Okay. Next, in the previous slide I have explained you int a1, a2, a3, 3 different locations, and memory addresses of all these 3 locations are unique. unique memory addresses, and also those are not side by side, may not be side by side. ఎక్కడైనా ఉండొచ్చు, పక్క పక్కనే క్రియేట్ అవ్వాలని రూల్ ఏం లేదు, ఎక్కడైనా ఉండొచ్చు. బట్ ఇన్ కేస్ ఆఫ్ arrays, int a of 10, ఇక్కడ ఏం చెప్పుకున్నాం? int a of 10, when this statement is executed, what happens in the memory of the computer? A location is reserved, a location is created in the memory of the computer. Size of the location is 20 bytes. Size of the location is 20 bytes. Okay, and internally this location is divided into 10 parts. Size of each part is 2 bytes. Size of each part is 2 bytes. So 2 into 10, totally 20 bytes. Now observe one thing here. In the previous, in case of normal variables, int a1, a2, a3, memory addresses may not be side by side, ఎక్కడైనా క్రియేట్ అవ్వచ్చు. బట్ హియర్ all the memory locations from A0 to A9 are side by side, contiguous memory locations. ఓకే, ఇవన్నీ ఒక బ్లాక్లోనే ఉన్నాయి కదా. 20 bytes location is reserved, 20 bytes location is divided into 10 parts. అంటే అన్నీ ఒక చోటే ఉన్నాయి, పక్క పక్కనే ఉన్నాయి. మీన్స్ అండర్స్టాండ్, array elements are stored in contiguous memory locations. Array elements are stored in contiguous memory locations. That means, suppose first location, address of the first location is 120, then automatically address of the next location is 122, and then the next location is 124, the next location is 126, next 128, 130, 132, and so on, 138. Okay, so observe one thing here. Why the 2 gap here in between? Why the gap? 2 bytes. What is this? What is the size of the int data type? 2 bytes. So address of the first location starts at 120. Now leave the gap 2 bytes. Why? Because size of the data type is 2 bytes. Leave the gap 2 bytes. After that, the address of the next location starts at 122. And again leave the gap 2 bytes. And then the next location starts at 124. Leave the gap 2 bytes. Then the next location starts at 126. Leave the gap 2 bytes, and so on, like that. Okay. So like that, array elements are stored in contiguous memory locations, but normal variables are not stored in contiguous memory locations. Okay. What you understood about arrays? What is array? What is normal variable? What is the difference between normal variable and array variable? How can we calculate the size of the array variable? And how the array elements are stored in the memory of the computer. Okay. Array is capable of holding more than one value at a time. But normal variable is capable of holding only one value at a time. That is the difference between array variable and normal variable. Now, what is the definition of array? It is the collection of similar elements, group of elements. Collection means it is capable of holding more than one value. So it is collection of elements. Okay. Next, how can we calculate the size of the array variable? By multiplying the data type, size of the data type with the size of the array. Okay, and where and how the array elements are stored. Array index starts from 0. All the array elements are stored in contiguous memory locations. Contiguous means side by side. Pakka pakkane untayani. That means if you know the address of the first location A0, then we can automatically calculate the address of the remaining locations. So that's why the first location A0 is called as the base of the array, base address, base. Okay, this is about arrays. In the next video, I will explain about types of arrays and how to read the array and how to display the array variable.